everyone. Let me discuss about a portion from Class 8 Science, Chapter 8, Cell Structure and Functions. What is a cell? A cell is structural and functional unit of all living organisms. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of an organism. The cells may be compared to bricks. We know that the bricks are assembled to make a building. Like that, the cells are assembled to make the body of every organism. Now, next we have to study about who discovered the cell. Discovery of the cell. Robert Hooke in 1665 observed slices of cork under a microscope. And cork cells are a part of the bark of a tree, which are dead cells. He noticed partitional boxes or compartments like a honeycomb. He coined the term cell for these compartments or boxes. With the help of electron microscope, now we more about the cell structure and functions of the cell. Next, we have to study about the cell. Bricks in a building and cells in the living organisms are basic structural unit. We know that a building is made up of bricks. Like that, our body also is made up of millions of cells. Organisms differ from one another, but all are made up of cells. Different organisms are there, but all the organisms are made up of cells. Then, the egg of a hen represents a single cell, and we can see with the naked eye. To study about the living cells, scientists use microscopes and stains. Stains are the dyes which we are using in lab. That is, different types of stains are there: safranin, methylene blue, iodine. These are all stains which used to color the components of cell. So to study about the living cell, scientists use microscopes and stains to color the parts of the cells. Based on the number of cells, the organisms are classified into unicellular and multicellular. Unicellular means they have only one cell. That means they are all single-celled organisms. Example, amoeba, paramecium, chlamydia, known as euglena, etc. Multicellular means they have more than one cell. Example, fungi, plants, animals, etc. An organism with billions of cells begins life as a single cell, which is the fertilized egg. All the organisms developed from a single cell, that is a fertilized egg. These egg cells multiplies and forms many cells. It multiplies as the development proceeds. That means the fertilized egg multiplies as the development proceeds. Amoeba, a single-celled organism, performs all the necessary functions like capture and digest food, respire, excrete, grow and reproduce. That means a living organism, that is amoeba, the single cell is doing all the functions of the body. Similar functions in multicellular organisms are carried out by groups of cells, that is known as tissues. Tissues are a group of similar cells performs a function. So these tissues are doing the functions in multicellular organisms. With the tissues joined together to form organs, then organs join together to form organ system, then organ systems join together to form organism. Next, what is the shape of a cell? Amoeba, a single-celled organism, it does not have a definite shape. It keeps on changing its shape. Pseudopodia, we know that pseudopodia is false feet. It is the locomotor organ of amoeba. Locomotor organ means it helps it to move, and also this pseudopodia is help it to capture the food. WBC is present in human blood cells. It also is another example of a single cell which can change its shape. Generally, cells are, what is the shape of cells? Generally, the cells are round, spherical or elongated. So, different types of cells we can see in a body. Some cells are spindle shaped like muscle cells. Muscle cells are spindle shaped like structures. And other cells are the nerve cell, that is branched like. The cells are branched. These nerve cells are otherwise known as neuron. The nerve cell, what's the function of nerve cell? The nerve cell receives and transfers messages from one part of the body to other part. The components of the cell are enclosed in a membrane. All the components of the cell is enclosed in a membrane that is known as cell membrane or plasma membrane. Cell wall is an outer covering over the cell membrane in plant cells. In plant cells, outside that cell membrane, there is a thick wall is there that is known as cell wall. It is made up of cellulose. Then the cell wall gives shape and rigidity to plant cells. Bacterial cell, that also it is a prokaryote. This also has a cell wall outside the cell membrane. Bacterial cell also has a cell wall. Next, what is the size of a cell? Most of the cells are microscopic in size and are not visible to the naked eye. Almost all the cells are microscopic and we cannot see with our naked eye. A single cell we can see with our naked eye is the egg of a hen. The smallest cell is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer in bacteria. Bacterial cells are very small and their size is from 1.1 to 0.5 micrometer. The largest cell is the egg of an ostrich. Ostrich egg is the largest cell and its size is 170 millimeter into 130 millimeter. That's the size of the egg of an ostrich. The size of the cell is related to its function. Several cells join together to form tissues. And what is a tissue? A tissue is a group of similar cells performing a specific function. Tissue means it is a group of similar cells doing a function. Several tissues join together to form the organs. Then, what are the parts of the cell? So, first part is cell membrane. So, before that, I will draw you the structure of the cell. We can see what's the structure of a plant cell and an animal cell. I will draw the structure now. In all the cells, we can see this is the outer membrane of a cell that is known as cell membrane or plasma membrane. So here I am going to draw the structure of an animal cell and also the structure of a plant cell. Here also in plant cell also, this is plant cell. In both the cells you can see the outer membrane is cell membrane. Inside the cell membrane in animal cell, in the center we can see there is a round dense body that is known as nucleus. In plant cell also we can see the nucleus, but that is in the periphery, the peripheral region. It is on the side of the plant body, there we can see this nucleus. In plant cell, the nucleus is in the peripheral region. Then, inside the cell membrane, there we can see a jelly-like material, and that is, this is known as cytoplasm. This is known as cytoplasm. In plant cells also, we can see this cytoplasm inside the cell. Then, in the cytoplasm, we can see inside the cytoplasm there are so much components are there, and these components are together known as cell organelles. So, different cell organelles are present in plant cells and also in animal cells. And the cell organelles are Golgi bodies, mitochondria, ribosome, liposome, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. These are all the cell organelles found in animal cell and also in plant cell. In addition to that, there we can see certain vacuoles in animal cell. In animal cell, we can see certain rounded bodies, that is, these are known as vacuoles. In animal cell, the vacuole is small, but in plant cell, But in plant cell, we can see a large central vacuole. So that's the difference between animal cell and plant cell. In animal cell, the vacuoles are small in size and it is many in number. But in plant cell, we can see a big, large central vacuole. Then, another thing, in plant cell, in addition to that, we can see certain colored bodies are scattered in the cytoplasm. Certain colored bodies. In plant cell, we can see certain colored bodies are scattered in the cytoplasm and they are all known as plastids. They are all known as plastids, and these plastids are certain green colored plastids are there. They are known as chloroplast and they contain chlorophyll which gives color to the leaf. And you know that this chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis also. Then outer to that cell membrane in plant cell, there is another structure is there that is known as outer to the cell membrane in plant cells. There is another structure that is known as cell wall. That is known as cell wall. So this cell wall is present in plant cell and it is made up of cellulose. So this is the structure of animal cell and plant cell. Then now we can study the structure of the nucleus. In both the cells we can see nucleus. Nucleus is round or spherical in shape, and outside the nucleus there is this membrane is known as nuclear membrane. This is nucleus and this membrane is known as nuclear membrane. Inside the nucleus, this membrane is a double membrane. Inside the nucleus there we can see nucleoplasm. Inside the nucleoplasm we can see a round body that is known as nucleolus. Inside the nucleoplasm there is a round body is there and this is known as nucleolus. And in the nucleoplasm there you can see certain thread-like structures and that is known as chromosomes, chromatin threads. And these chromatin threads at the time of cell division they condensed to form chromosome, and the function of chromosome is the transfer of hereditary characters from parents to next generation. So this is the structure of animal cell and plant cell. So what's the difference between animal cell and plant cell? In animal cell the nucleus is in the center and in plant cell the nucleus is in the periphery. In animal cell there is a big in animal cell vacuoles are small and it is many in number. In plant cells the vacuoles are big and it is present in the center. In animal cell plastids are absent, but in plant cell plastids are present, that is a scattered structures present in the cytoplasm. Then in plant cell outer to the cell membrane there is a cell wall is there. So this is the difference between animal cell and plant cell. So this is a structure of animal cell and plant cell. Now we are going to study the parts of the cell. First one, cell membrane. I already mentioned that the basic components of a cell are cell membrane, cytoplasm and nucleus. The cytoplasm and the nucleus are enclosed with the cell membrane or plasma membrane. The cell membrane separates the contents of the cell from the surrounding medium. So what's the function of cell membrane? It separates the contents of the cell from the surrounding medium. The plasma membrane is porous and allows the movement of substances both inward and outward. The plasma membrane, it is porous. It has small pores in between that, and it allows the movement of substances both inward and outward. The cell wall protects the plant cells against variation in temperature, high wind speed, atmospheric moisture, etc. So that's a function of cell wall in plant cells. Then next portion of the cell is that is cytoplasm. It is a jelly-like substance present between the cell membrane and the nucleus. So it is present in between the cell membrane and nucleus, and it is a jelly-like material. Various organelles are also, that means cell organelles are present in the cytoplasm, and these organelles are mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosomes, lysosomes, vacuoles, so many are there. So these are some examples, some of the cell organelles. Next, what is the structure of nucleus? Nucleus is the important component of a living cell. That means it is the control center of a cell. It is spherical and located in the center of the cell. Nucleus is separated from the cytoplasm by a membrane that is known as nuclear membrane. It is a double membrane and it has pores in between that. It allows the movement of materials between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. Inside the nucleus, a small spherical body is there that is known as nucleolus. So inside the nucleus, a small spherical body is there called nucleolus, and there is a mistake I made, that is in the diagram I told it is nucleolus. That is not nucleolus, it is nucleolus. So inside the nucleus, a small spherical body is there that is known as nucleolus. Nucleus contain thread-like structures called chromosome, which carry genes and help in transfer of characters from parents to offsprings. So nucleus contains a thread-like structure that is known as chromosome, and these thread-like structures they contains genes, and the genes help in the transfer of characters from parents to next generation. And these at the time of cell division only, before the cell division, the chromosomes are in the form of chromatin threads. At the time of cell division, the chromatin threads condensed to form chromosomes. The chromosomes can be seen only when the cell divides. Then what is a gene? Gene is a unit of inheritance in living organisms. Gene is a unit of inheritance in living organisms. It controls the transfer of hereditary characters from parents to offsprings. So what's the function of that gene? Gene is the unit of inheritance in living organisms. It controls the transfer of hereditary characters from parents to offspring. Nucleus is the control center of all the activity of the cell. So it is a main part of a cell because it is the control center of all the activities of the cell. When we are looking this onion peel under a microscope, we can see the structure like this. Small brick-like structures we can see in this way. This is the cell membrane, and outer to the cell membrane there is cell wall is there. Inside that we can see cytoplasm, and here we can see nucleus. So this onion peel cell is an example of a plant cell. Then another activity we can do, that is to show animal cell. We have to scratch with a nail, we have to scratch some cheek cells from our mouth and put these cheek cells on a glass slide and add a drop of stain and cover it with a cover slip, and we have to observe it under the microscope. Then we can see the cells like this. We can see certain cells like this, and the outer membrane is, this is cell membrane, and inside that here we can see this is cytoplasm, and here we can see nucleus. So this cheek cell is an example of animal cell, and cheek cell is this is cheek cell, and this is onion cell. Onion cell is an example of plant cell, And cheek cell is an example of animal cell. So what's the difference between animal cell and plant cell? In animal cell, the nucleus is in the center. In plant cell, nucleus is in the periphery. In plant cells, there is a cell wall is there. In animal cell, cell wall is absent. In plant cell, we can see a big central vacuole in the center. In animal cell, vacuole is small and it is present meaning in the cytoplasm. Then in plant cell, we can see plastids, that is colored substances scattered in the cytoplasm, but in animal cell, plastids are absent. Now, you have to answer the following questions. First one, what is a cell? Who discovered it? Distinguish between unicellular and multicellular organism. What is the function of nerve cell? Write a note on first one, cytoplasm, second one, nucleus. Distinguish between prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Write the differences between plant cell and animal cell.